The hidden reason for body odor, but that most seniors overlook. Did you know that many older adults don't realize where their body odor is actually coming from? As we age, we tend to focus on the obvious areas when bathing, like the underarms, feet, and private parts. But there are other, less talked about areas, small folds and hidden creases, where sweat, dead skin, and bacteria quietly build up. And when those places go unnoticed day after day, they can create a smell that lingers on clothes, furniture, and even in the air around you. This isn't just about hygiene, it's about dignity, confidence, and feeling fresh and respected in your own skin. Too often, people chalk up body odor to aging itself, when the truth is, it usually comes down to a few overlooked spots that need a little extra care. In this video, we'll cover 5 commonly missed areas on the body, especially important as we get older. These aren't your usual wash-and-go zones, they're the quiet, hidden places that can turn into little odor factories if ignored, and by the end, you'll know exactly how to clean them gently and effectively, so your natural scent stays neutral, clean, and never embarrassing. You've taken care of yourself for years. You deserve to feel confident and respected no matter your age. So let's get into it, because chances are one of these spots is getting skipped in your daily routine. And it might be the very reason you're noticing something, even if you can't smell it yourself. 1. The groin area and inner thigh crease. Let's start with a delicate but important area, the crease where your inner thigh meets your torso. This spot is warm, moist, and often tightly covered by clothing all day long. That makes it a perfect environment for sweat, bacteria, and dead skin to gather. As we age, this skin becomes thinner and may sag slightly, creating folds that trap even more moisture. Many people wash their underarms and private parts thoroughly, but unintentionally skip the groin crease itself. It's easy to miss, but very common. Take Harold, for example. He's 75, well-groomed, always dressed nicely, and never leaves the house without a splash of cologne. But despite all of that, by the end of the day, he began to notice a faint, sour smell. It wasn't his breath, his feet, or his clothes. It was something he couldn't quite figure out. During a routine doctor's visit, his physician asked, "Are you washing thoroughly around your inner thigh crease?" Harold was surprised. He thought his quick rinse in the shower covered everything, but over time, that hidden fold had built up with sweat and bacteria, causing the odor. So what can you do? You don't need to scrub hard. Just gently clean the area with a soft washcloth or your hand using mild soap and warm water. Pay special attention to the fold where your leg meets your body, then rinse thoroughly and pat the area completely dry. If you tend to sweat or feel irritation there, consider using a talc-free powder or moisture-absorbing cream to stay comfortable throughout the day. This small step can make a big difference, not just in preventing odor, but in caring for your body with the respect and attention it deserves. 2. The belly button and navel crease. It's tiny, tucked away and easy to forget, but your belly button is actually one of the dirtiest spots on the body if left unchecked, especially the deep, inward kind. Day after day, it collects lint, sweat, oil, and dead skin. And as we age and the skin around our abdomen loses tone, new creases can form around the belly, giving bacteria even more places to hide. The issue? Water from your shower doesn't always reach inside your navel, so even if you bathe every day, your belly button might be collecting buildup that hasn't been cleaned in weeks. Some seniors even notice a dark, waxy residue in there that hardens over time. It can cause a noticeable odor, and in some cases it can harbor yeast or lead to minor infections. And if your stomach sags even a little, a completely natural change with age, there may be a fold just below the belly button that traps moisture. It's especially common in warm weather or under elastic waistbands. Let's take Linda, for example, a thoughtful, 71-year-old woman who always prided herself on good hygiene. She bathed daily, wore clean clothes, and took care of herself. But something kept bugging her. By midday, she'd start noticing a strange, sour smell. She double-checked her clothes, sniffed her armpits, even examined her feet, but everything seemed fine. Nothing added up. It wasn't until a routine checkup that her doctor found the answer, a mild fungal rash just beneath her belly button. The skin there was pink, damp, and slightly irritated, simply from skipping over that little crease during her shower. Linda was shocked. Like many people, she had assumed the water from the shower would rinse that area clean. But here's the truth. Water alone isn't enough. That tiny pocket, the belly button and the crease just beneath it, needs gentle, direct cleaning. A fingertip or soft cloth with warm water and mild soap does the trick. Afterward, it's important to pat the area completely dry. And if you're someone who sweats easily or lives in a warm climate, applying a talc-free powder or a light drying spray can help prevent moisture from building up again. If reaching the area is difficult because of mobility or flexibility issues, don't hesitate to ask for help. There's absolutely no shame in that. In fact, it's one of the smartest things you can do for your health and comfort. Because when this area gets neglected, the odor it produces can follow you all day, even if you're wearing fresh clothes and using deodorant. It's actually one of the most common reasons older adults might carry a scent that others notice, even when everything else seems perfectly clean. So don't underestimate this little spot. Giving it just a bit of attention can make a huge difference in how fresh, confident, and comfortable you feel each day. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, comment number 2 below to let me know you're with me. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you never miss another video like this. Your support helps us keep creating content that's designed to inform, uplift, and empower you. Let's keep going. Number 3. The ear folds and behind the ears. This next one might surprise you. Your ears, especially the folds and the area right behind them, are one of the most forgotten spots when it comes to hygiene, yet they're a major hiding place for odor-causing buildup. Here's why. The folds of the outer ear and the warm space behind it are perfect catch-alls for sweat, oil, and dead skin. And as we age, these folds tend to deepen, especially for those who wear glasses or hearing aids, which create extra pressure and trap more moisture in that area. Behind the ears is also where your body naturally produces more sebum, a skin oil. When sebum mixes with sweat and bacteria, it creates a greasy film that can smell musty or sour. The tricky part? Most people just forget to wash there. They clean their face, rinse their neck, maybe scrub their scalp. But that little zone behind the ears often gets skipped entirely. Let's talk about Walter. He's 76, a retired school principal, always sharply dressed and well-groomed. But one day, while hugging his granddaughter, she innocently asked why he smelled different. Walter was taken aback, a little hurt even. But he started rechecking every part of his hygiene routine. The mystery was solved during a visit to his barber, who casually mentioned a flaky buildup behind Walter's ears. That was it. Walter hadn't cleaned that area in months. He just assumed it took care of itself. But that zone is one of the warmest spots on your body, and bacteria absolutely thrive there if it's not kept clean. And if you wear hearing aids or earrings, that's even more reason to pay attention. These items can trap grime and moisture against your skin. Here's what to do. Next time you shower, take a moment to gently wash behind and around your ears with your fingers or a soft washcloth using mild soap. Make sure to rinse thoroughly and dry the area completely, especially if you wear glasses or hearing devices. It only takes a few seconds, but it can eliminate one of the most common causes of unexplained odor in older adults, because sometimes when someone catches a whiff of something off during a hug or while sitting close, it's coming from this very spot, hidden in plain sight. 4. Toenails and the skin underneath. Now let's move to the feet, specifically the toenails and the skin beneath them. This is one of the most commonly neglected areas as we age, and it's easy to understand why. Reaching your feet becomes more challenging, whether due to back stiffness, arthritis, or balance concerns. But here's the issue. The space under your toenails is a magnet for odor. Dead skin cells, sweat, bacteria, and even little pieces of sock lint can all collect in that tiny area. And because it's dark, moist, and hard to reach, it becomes the perfect place for fungus and bacteria to grow. Let's talk about a place most people overlook, under the toenails. Add a little moisture, and you've got the perfect environment for bacteria and fungus to settle in and multiply. The result? A strong, sometimes sour odor that lingers, no matter how clean the rest of your body may be. Take Gerald, for example. At 81, he was sharp, stylish, and took a shower every single day. But his daughter noticed something odd. Every time she helped him with his shoes, a strong, unpleasant smell would fill the room. Gerald was baffled. He thought he was doing everything right. It wasn't until a visit to a podiatrist that the real issue came to light. His toenails hadn't been cleaned underneath in months. The skin beneath was soft, discolored, and the odor wasn't coming from his socks or shoes, it was coming directly from his nails. This kind of buildup doesn't just smell bad, it can actually become a health risk. Bacteria and fungus under the nails can lead to infections which are particularly risky for older adults, especially those with diabetes or circulation issues. Even if your feet look perfectly normal on the outside, don't assume the area beneath the nails is clean. Our feet sweat when we walk and that moisture gets trapped, especially under thickening nails, which happens naturally with age. Fungal infections can grow silently without any pain. And oftentimes, odor is the very first warning sign. Here's how to take care of it. You don't need to be a contortionist. Use a soft, bristled toothbrush or nail brush once or twice a week to gently clean around and under the nails. If bending down is difficult, ask a trusted family member for help or see a foot care professional. Also, make sure to completely dry your feet, especially between the toes, after every shower. Moisture is the enemy here. And don't forget about your footwear. Wearing the same shoes every day without letting them air out can cause odor to build up and transfer right back to your feet. Rotate your shoes, use foot powders or sprays if needed, and wash your socks thoroughly, preferably in hot water to kill bacteria. Our feet carry us through life. Taking care of them isn't just about hygiene, it's about comfort, dignity, and self-respect. Clean, healthy feet feel better, smell better, and help prevent infections that can be harder to treat as we age. So next time you step into the shower, give your feet the attention they deserve, because the odor that follows you might be coming from below. If this tip was helpful, comment number 4 below to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do that now and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Your support helps us keep bringing you content that's here to inform, encourage, and care for you. Let's move on. 5. The folds behind the knees, the overlooked culprit. Here's a spot hardly anyone talks about. The folds behind your knees. That soft, creased area at the back of your legs is often rushed through during a shower, or skipped altogether. But it's actually one of those warm, tucked-away places where sweat, bacteria, and even leftover soap love to hide. And when that buildup lingers, it creates a musty odor that sticks around long after you've dried off and dressed. Think about it. When you sit for long periods, especially with your knees bent, the skin behind the knees stays compressed and moist. Less airflow, more moisture. It's a recipe for odor-causing bacteria to thrive. And when you add lotions or powders that don't fully get wiped away, it only adds to the problem. Some people struggle to reach this area due to joint pain or mobility issues. Others simply assume a quick rinse is enough, but over time, that's not enough to keep it truly clean. Let me tell you about Judy. She's 76, and she started noticing a musty smell when changing her clothes. She tried everything, switched detergents, washed her towels more often, even applied deodorant to her feet, thinking that might be the source, but nothing helped. During a checkup, her nurse gently pointed out that the skin behind her knees was slightly discolored and damp to the touch. Judy had been missing that area during her shower routine. Once she started gently scrubbing behind her knees with a soft cloth and patting them dry afterward, the odor completely disappeared within just a few days. A simple habit, a big difference. You don't need to scrub hard. Just use a warm washcloth with a bit of soap, clean the area behind the knees and dry it fully. That's it. It takes only a few seconds, but the results are huge. Moisture is the main culprit, so keeping this area dry is key. Even if your shower time is brief, you can always use a damp towel or a bathing wipe while seated to reach these harder-to-access areas. It's these small adjustments that can make the biggest difference in how you feel and smell throughout the day. When your body feels fresh and clean, it boosts your confidence and makes your presence more enjoyable for others too, making it easier. One simple step at a time. If bending or reaching certain spots has become a challenge, you're not alone, and there are helpful tools made just for this. Long-handled scrubbers, specially designed for seniors, can make it easier and safer to clean those hard-to-reach places. These little adjustments, whether it's a new sponge, a gentle reminder, or a few extra seconds of care, can make a huge difference in how confident, clean, and refreshed you feel each day. And here's something important to remember. Body odor doesn't usually come from one obvious place. More often, it's a mix of small, hidden areas that go unnoticed, but when they're combined, they can create a scent that lingers. That's why giving attention to overlooked zones, like behind the knees or under the nails, really matters. You deserve to feel at ease in your own body, and no one should have to feel self-conscious about odor, especially when it can be managed with just a little more care. So tomorrow morning, take a few extra moments. Reach those spots that are easy to skip, and remember, sometimes the smallest details have the biggest impact. Final thoughts. Now that we've explored these 5 often missed areas, take a moment to reflect on your own routine. Are there spots you've unintentionally been skipping? It happens to all of us. Life gets busy, habits form, and sometimes we assume a quick rinse in the shower means we're fully clean. But the truth is, as we age, even minor blind spots in our hygiene can have a more noticeable effect. The good news? Now you know, and once you're aware, making changes is simple. Taking care of yourself isn't just about appearances, it's about feeling confident, staying healthy, and showing your body the respect it deserves. These small areas, from behind the ears to beneath your toenails, play a big part in how fresh and comfortable you feel every day. And when you build a habit of giving them the attention they need, you'll not only smell better, you'll feel better, more energized, more confident, more at ease in your own skin. What you can do. Next, start small. Maybe pick just 1 or 2 of these areas to focus on this week. Keep a soft washcloth or a long-handled sponge nearby to help if reaching is difficult. And most importantly, dry thoroughly after every wash, because moisture is one of the biggest culprits behind lingering odor. Over time, these small habits become second nature. And you'll find that you're not only improving your hygiene, you're enhancing your daily comfort, your health, and your confidence. It's never too late to fine-tune the way you care for yourself. These thoughtful little actions help us all age with a bit more grace, comfort, and dignity. So the next time you're in the shower, remember this. The difference between feeling fresh and feeling frustrated might be just 1 extra wipe away. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for spending time with us today. If you learned something helpful, drop a comment below and share one takeaway you're planning to use in your own life. Your thoughts matter, and we love reading your insights, stories, and feedback. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a new video. Your support helps us continue creating content that informs, inspires, and uplifts our community. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.